Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rest queued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed. Now here's my dumb voice.
I was thinking about getting two cats. Another one.
I feel like 2 is cool because
Two
it's
is
like
cool, yeah.
they keep each other company, and you could stay away longer.
Yeah, they're like family and shit.
Yeah, like if you're gone, it's like oh, I got the gang. They wouldn't even recognize you.
Damn, you get around, huh? I get around.
Nah, so boom. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And yo, I left, bro. I left the crib. My shit started getting hives.
Damn, really?
And then I feel bad because I ghosted her. I spoke to her again, but it was like I never told her the reason why I wasn't coming back over.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I don't really think.
Yeah. You go. I think we're better off as friends.
Yeah.
You ever say that and it has a bad reaction?
All the time. I don't think. No. Yeah, no, I mean, it's worked out, but not initially. Like I've gotten the, like, nah, like that's crazy, or like we need time, and then like down the line we've talked again.
Do you want to like settle down or anything? I'm sorry to get right into that stuff.
Nah, yeah. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? I want to say who don't want to.
What are you reaching into? What, you gotta fucking
who don't want to? Because I left out the crib and I didn't put the fucking sorry.
What'd you
put on? Unprofessional. I gotta put my lip balm on. I felt my shit getting dry.
Nah, that's okay. This is a very unprofessional podcast. Yeah, there you go. That's not very that's not very gangster of you.
I did it with the pinky though.
Are you allowed to vote? Yeah. You can? Kamala.
I'm not that kind of comedian. I don't talk politics.
Me neither.
Church or state.
I mean, I do. What am I talking about?
I'm lying.
I just talk about whatever.
I do it in a like.
I don't do it on stage though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want to settle down, B. You know what I'm saying? Have a little PD or two running around. Pediana.
Do you want kids?
Little Pediana. That's what we're doing. My daughter, Pediana. Yeah. Do I want kids? Hell yeah. At first, I didn't want kids.
Why?
Just cause I don't know. I just was like, I don't know. I just felt like, yo, it's too much to tie you down, type of shit, you know. But then as I got older, I'm like, damn, yo, I kind of want a kid.
Right.
And then now I'm like,
somebody
on the
to take
fence.
care of you when you get all fucking old.
Nah, it's almost like a project. Like I wanna create a. You know how they make super soldiers? I want to make a superhuman. You feel me? Like, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna train them to be a good person.
Yeah.
How many good days did you give out today, son?
Yeah, that's actually.
How many doors have you held today, son?
Well, you gotta settle down before you do all that stuff.
Yeah. What you mean? Settle down with a.
You gotta meet a lady.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could.
I be meeting shorties, but then I shout out to all the ladies out there. You know. I'm not outside like I used to be. You know, these knees is getting older. back when we met, I've known Brandon for a very long time.
I've known you for
over
like 15
a decade,
years.
Bro,
Do you remember when I almost got into that fight at your open mic? Do you remember that?
Nah, that's crazy.
Petey used to run an open mic.
Who did you almost fight with?
Conrad Roth.
Oh damn, yeah,
I still think about that, to be honest. I mean, like if we're like, I'm such a loser, I still think about it.
What happened? Hold on, take me back.
We were you had that open mic at Greenwich Village Comedy Club
every Thursday at 4 p.m. We was
there. You go. Okay, there you go.
Early. Yeah.
And I went up and I was trying to do this joke about. This is such a bad joke, but I said, do you ever feel like the letter U is like, or no, I go, you ever feel like the letter Q is like the bully of the alphabet because he always has the letter U standing behind him being like, yeah, you tell him Q.
It's pretty fire. I mean, you know, I
think I actually saw that in like a special recently where I was like, oh, someone else had that thought too.
No, they stole your shit. They probably heard about it from Conrad Roth. Probably told him about it. He probably still thinking about this day too. He was like, oh, you know, I gotta. Nah. So what happened? So you said the joke.
I do that joke. And it doesn't get anything, whatever. Your mic, by the way, was like scary. You had one of the scary mics.
But it was like scary fun because it was like a bunch of comedy, like nerds.
That's why it was scary because
nerds.
there were mics there. There were mics out there where like you didn't recognize anybody. Nobody was really making any current waves, like there were some mics where you're like, wow, everyone here is like doing it. Like we're like everybody's doing shows and you can just see that everybody's like kind of moving up. And then there were some mics where that wasn't happening, where you just free range to do whatever the fuck. Who cares? Yeah. Your mic was one of the ones where you're like, shit, everybody's like, we're all still doing, we're getting on shows and stuff, like whatever. So it's scary. And that joke didn't do well, whatever. I get off stage. Conrad Roth comes on, who I haven't even spoke to since this. So I don't know what he's up to. I'm sure he's a good guy.
Not what we up to at the Cellar every damn night. Nah, that's crazy. Shout out to Conrad if you watching this. He was cool, man. I seen him randomly too, like maybe a year or two ago, just in the street. I think he don't do this shit no more. But anywho,
Conrad goes up and he says something around the lines of like, he goes, I have like 2 hours of material. He's like, I have about 2 hours. Like I think you were like, yo, Conrad, how much material you got? He literally like shouted that. And he's on stage and he goes, about like 2 hours. And the whole open mic just started dying laughing. And we're like, yeah, right, yeah, busting his balls, whatever. I'm not saying anything.
Sorry.
And he goes, so then later on he does it. He's like, we all laugh, and then he's like, let me do my act. And everyone's like, okay, whatever. And he starts doing it, and it's not going well. It's fine. We were all not doing well. And then he did a joke, and somebody laughed at him. Again, might have been you, dude. Might have been that Jadakiss laugh that you have. You're like, ah! You fucking idiot. And he goes, well, at least I'm not doing any jokes about the letter Q.
Oh, and then I know he was like, oh, that's the kind of mic this was. It was because we're not explaining. It was a 4 p.m. It was a rowdy mic, bro. Like, it was like, but it was like, because most mics you'd go to at the time, the person running the mic isn't really one of us like that. So, or it's like somebody that just has a mic, he gets $5 from people, sits in the back, or does a little critique. Or like if a joke doesn't work, or you wouldn't even know if a joke works, even if it's a good joke. Yeah. So I would be like, yo, I would be in the back, but I would be engaged. I wouldn't get up between comics to bring them to the stage. I would yell their name out from the back of the room.
Up next, Sagalow.
Sagalow. And then, but I would laugh. So I'm like a fan. I think that's what made it good, because I would laugh. I would fucking like egg stuff on. Mm-hmm. So like if somebody said,
everybody knew if you're going to Petey's mic, you're going to get heckled.
Yeah. Or you might not even, the jokes you came in with, you might not even get around to them that day at the mic. You might just be like, oh, I got to address this.
You're getting heckled. Yeah, people are shouting shit at you.
Yeah, Frank Terranova. There was a lot going
Frank
on.
Terranova, who I ran into. We'll get to him. Hold on. I mean, I guess we don't have to. But so Conrad goes, well, at least I don't have fucking shitty jokes about the letter Q. Like, I'm taking a fucking... bullet. I'm taking a bullet for some reason, and I said, "Why don't you?" I go, "Why don't you do your any one of your 2 hours that you got?"
I know he was like, "Oh,
and yeah." I mean, I definitely worded it better to where everybody was like, "Oh!" And then he goes, "Well, why don't we step outside?" And he brought it there, and I was like, "Let's go!" I literally was like, "Let's go!" I was ready to fucking fight. I was like, "Let's go, dude!" And you were the one that was like, "Stop!"
Man. Cooler heads prevail, man. When I know I was probably like, ah! Yo, that was it was so crazy. Cause like shit like that was like fucking, oh my God.
Yeah, Frank Terranova, by the way, who was hilarious.
Frankie T.
I don't know what he's doing now.
He used to get on stage and be like, oh, he used to be like, Oprah's a cunt. Yeah. That would be like his opening line.
He loved being
crazy.
He was like our Brian Holtzman. You know who that is? He's like an LA guy, but he's like, just the guys that like are just like, walking the crowd, kind of like to be like I'm just gonna be really offensive. Like that's my style.
He's like, that's real comedy.
Yeah. And he had a joke that I can't even say in its entirety because I don't want to get fucked. You know what I mean? And it's offensive. He had a joke where he goes, he's this Italian guy, and he's like, so I was on the subway the other day, and I saw a bunch of Asian guys, and they were all saying the N-word, and he would say it. He would go, they're all saying, you could say it, right? So he goes, they were all saying
nigga. Yeah.
And then he goes, I was confused because they're not
Niggas.
they're, and then he would say,
I can't say that word.
You can't say it. We need an Asian guy. And that was the joke. He goes, they're not N-words, they're C-words. And he would say it out loud, and it was like fucking hilarious, dude. That's such a funny joke. But anyway, I ran into him in like an alleyway like 3 years ago.
The fuck were you doing in an alleyway?
I was I don't know, I was walking somewhere.
What was he doing in an alley? What was he?
No, we were about to do an old podcast that I used to do. So it was me and Mike Cannon and Mike Feeney. And we were just smoking in the alley by the Cellar, by the Minetta Lane.
Yeah.
And I saw him, and he's like, "What's new? What's going on?" And he's like, asking me, he's like, "You dating anybody?" And at the time, I was dating this comic, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I know her. She's a bitch." And I was like, "She's like my live-in girlfriend." And I'm like, "Frank." I'm like, that's like my living. I just told you we're living together. And he's like,
sorry to
but
hear
you know that.
He goes, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. And he was like, and then, so I'm like, Jesus, man. And he's like, oh, now you're mad at me. And I go, manners, man. I'm like, you need manners. I'm like, have some fucking manners, dude.
He was never known for that, man.
No, which is why he was hilarious.
He would come through with his fucking wife beaters on in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
Skinny Italian guy in his fucking 50s.
He was funny, though.
In his 40s. Yeah, he was funny, man.
Yeah, he was funny.
He was pretty funny. And just his demeanor, because it was like it felt like it was him. It didn't feel like he was doing an act. Like he
wasn't
like an Italian curmudgeon. He used to say, you know, Italians came up with the running man. He used to say, fucking the black guys came to Asbury Park and seen us doing it.
Black guys would steal that shit. He's like, they always stole everything we did. Black guys love Italian people. And you know what? Kind of not wrong.
Yeah.
In a way.
You know where I got do you remember Tino's Mike Barty too?
No. Wait, where was it?
Tino. And then he had Barty too, and then he had
oh my God.
And then he had it was like Parkside on him and Michelle Durante would alternate at Parkside Lounge. But I remember like his mic, I'd be like, if I was ever gonna do a mic, because he was like the guy that, you know how mics are dreaded. So like even if you did a crazy joke that was bad, you'd hear his voice in the back go, oh no. And that shit was it was like everybody would just laugh at that shit. And you felt like there was somebody there with you, and it was like, man, I like those were the funnest mics of like.
Oh yeah,
it felt like a community. Everybody, even like everybody that went to those mics, still knew each. Like we kind of still, whoever's still doing it, we still know each other.
Well, there were also mics that were like, you had to come with new material because if you did like the old material that you did last week, everybody would be like, boo.
You remember the first mic you ever went to and you thought it was about bringing your A stuff and you bombed mad?
Yes, it was at Eastville. It's actually where I met Anthony DeVito. It was at Eastville. That was the first mic I ever went to. One
of the first.
Actually, no, because I used to work for Jeff Lawrence.
Oh shit!
This is so inside.
Prodigy.
Laughing Buddha. Laughing Buddha was a open mic. What would you call it? Oh, it still is. It was a
franchise.
Yeah, it was a franchise, I guess. I mean, it was It was like if I worked at the first Friendlies, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he fired me. But
damn,
we used
good for you.
I know. Thank God he fired me, dude. Imagine if I just kept going down that road.
But the funniest shit is like when you get to whatever the level after this is, and then he's like, he started with me.
Yeah, of course.
And he left. I don't know why he left.
He was a dick, dude. He said, Jeff Lawrence once said to me, because he used to be in a band. He used to play music, and then he started comedy, and he was like, yeah, I used to be in a band. And I was like 19 at the time, and I had a band in high school, whatever. And I was like, oh, I used to be in a band. And he was like, no, you weren't. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And another time, I'm trying to hail a taxi, and he's standing there, and he's like, I keep hailing the ones without the lights. Like, I didn't know that when the lights are on, it means they're available. And I'm trying to hail, and I'm like, what the hell? And he was literally like, what are you, an idiot? how long you been living in New York? He's like, you got to, he was like yelling at me about it. And I was like, okay, man.
That's crazy.
What a dickhead.
Though it's so funny because I remember like, this is like whatever shit, but I remember he was coming, they were bringing Laughing Buddha to Greenwich, and it was like taking over the Thursday, like my mic.
Yeah.
And I was like,
came out at Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
But like I understood because I'm like, shit, we're just riffraff. We're not like making the club any money. Like this ain't a hustle.
It's a business.
Like this ain't a business. Like it's comics doing the
Yeah.
shit. So then he was like, yeah, I guess spoke to the owner or whatever, and they were like, yo, we want to do this here and we'll pay and make money or whatever. So I was like, hey guys, last Petey's World open mic, whatever. And yo, there was like such an
World open mic. That's what it was
bro,
called.
there was
Holy
such
shit.
an uproar. Remember Steve Whalen?
Steve Whalen?
He passed away, Staten Island, big guy.
Yes,
He used to go, what
he
did
was
you
really
write
funny.
today?
Yeah.
And
He did one-liners. This guy Steve
Oh,
Whalen,
man, it's so
who
funny.
looked like Peter Griffin.
Yeah, Peter Griffin,
He looked
definitely.
just like Peter Griffin. He would wear a button-up white shirt.
Yeah.
And he had these hilarious one-liners. And then his catchphrase was, "What did you
What
write
did you
today?"
write? Or I love this crowd.
Yeah.
He's like, I love this crowd.
Yeah.
His jokes would bomb. He'd be like, or like if a joke did good, he would like put the mic under his leg
That's
and wrap it
so-
around his back and go. But nah, so he was like, he was at the mic every
Damn.
week, and then when he found out that they were taking, I was like, the mic was getting taken over. He like made this whole like comedians petition
What?
and
Really?
had people like sign this shit. And then I'm like, yeah, I guess whatever you're gonna do. I mean, I'm cool with it not being there.
That's so
and then,
funny.
And then he like a week later,
That
he's
you
like,
don't even give a shit.
yo, a week later, he's like, hey man, I got good news. We got the mic back. I was like, all right, that's cool. But
Yeah.
it was funny because like Jeff Lawrence hit me up out of the blue. I don't talk to him. He was like something to along the lines of like, hey man, I'm sorry, I didn't want to I don't mean to.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I wasn't trying to take your thing or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, I don't fucking care.
That's so funny, dude. You could care less about any of this, and
No.
you've got people working the thing around. You're like, I guess it's back on. And everyone's like, yeah. You're
like, all right.
guys, it's canceled. Everyone's like, fuck. You're like, I guess it's back on. Yeah.
But even think
don't
you
give
got,
a shit.
that shit was so fun though, because like back in those days, you know, like when you're coming up, you fucking tell yourself these things, and I would always think of like Tracy Morgan and Tina Fey, and I would always be like, they had to know each other before they were like popping. And then I
Yeah.
always looked at the mics like that. I would look at the open mics like, man, one of us out of this room is gonna make it.
I never thought that because guess who thought they were going to make it? This fucking guy.
I mean, I
was
thought
like,
I was gonna make it
look
too.
at all these
Losers.
They are going to be so glad they knew me.
No, I would say, okay, I wouldn't say one of us. I would be like, yo, like 2 or 3 of us are going to make it out of this room. But
Yeah.
also, it was looking at the classes before us. So it was like.
I never
the-
even really thought any of us were going to make it. I was just like, we're just all doing this.
I thought. I used to bank on Suba making it the most.
Yeah,
Suba and Dan Perlman.
Agarwal. Yeah. Yeah.
And they
well,
both
she worked
pretty
hard.
successful,
Like,
yeah.
like, how many open mics did you do when you were younger? Did you have like a pain threshold for that? Because I never really did. I was not like, there were some guys like Suba Agarwal or Usama Siddiqui who would like get 8 open mics in a night, 1 million mics in a night, and just like, and I would go to like my second one, and on the way to the second one, I was like, this is gonna be my last one. I'm like, this sucks. I hate going
Well,
here.
I used to do them, but then like my thing was I got in interning early. So like once I
Yeah.
was like, that was like, I think,
That was my way too.
I remember one time, I remember it was like Frank and someone, and he goes, hey, how did you get over there at Greenwich Village? What'd you do?
Yeah.
How'd you get on stage? And I'm like, just like cleaning tables.
Yeah.
Like, fucking wiping down toilets at the end of the night.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
he goes, yeah, fuck that. I got too much pride for that shit. And I remember hearing him say that, but then I would always be like, yeah, but I'm getting up like 6-7 times a weekend
also,
on a real
him
show.
going like, I got too much pride for that, and then like him and his backpack going
Yeah.
to like the alligator lounge.
It's like, bro, you're 2 days away from eating tuna out of the can, bro. And using the lid as a fork, cutting your fucking mouth open.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's how I had to do it. I had to like clean.
Yeah, that's what I
toilets
mentioned.
and-
Like, there's certain
clean tables
people
and
like
shit.
you, Napoleon.
I was like, things that I'm good at, I'll just do to get on stage. I'm like, I'll fucking seat people.
Yeah.
I'll take hits when
Because
people are
I
like,
felt like that was better than the mics almost. Because a lot of times back then it was check spots, like
And they're
then-
people. They're
and
real
there's
people.
right? So you could like see like Or you could even just like work on certain shit you can't work on at a mic.
You could also fool people that like you could completely be stealing somebody's cadence.
Oh yeah.
And fool people where if you do that at a mic, people are like, this guy's doing Louis.
Yeah.
You go like,
fuck this guy thinking, why is he holding a mic like Louis?
Yeah. You go, you're holding the mic like that or however he held it. Man, those were good times though.
Yeah, good times, man. Now we're fucking, it's 2025, we're old men.
Yeah. Well, I'm still young.
I'm not old. I'm not old. Yeah, I'm still not
we're
old.
still young.
I got on a lavender hoodie. Ain't nothing old about that.
Yeah, you always had the drip. You still dress like how you used to dress.
Yeah. Kinda.
Different glasses though, nicer glasses.
I couldn't see, I just lost my vision.
You out of nowhere?
Last summer, yeah. No, I was
What, really?
I was blind for a minute, but I was just like, you know.
Because you've always had glasses.
No, I just started wearing them last summer.
Wait, take them off.
Bro, this was me for mad long, bro.
Oh yeah, dude, that's Peter. Is that you?
I ain't gonna lie. One of the reasons that I got these.
There you are, Peter.
Bro, one of the reasons I got these glasses is because they're like frameless. So from far away, it looks like I don't have glasses.
No, they're cool. They're cool glasses.
I mean, I just didn't want like. Are your eyes good?
They were, and now all this phone looking and
Contacts. What do you do?
No, my eyes are going, and I'm holding on to them for dear life. I'm like snorting carrots, like I'm trying to I'm holding on to it for dear fucking life. But I'm like if I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, like late at night. If I'm like looking at it late at night, I'm like, I can't read that. Like me and my lady will play the New York Times like connections and all that stuff. I can't fucking see these words. I'm like, what word is that? And it's like, I can't fucking see. So a part of me is like, maybe I'll get glasses for like reading and stuff like that. Reading for like that kind of shit. But
reading.
I can't do
for small words and such.
Yeah, I can't do contact lenses. I'm like, I'll try to put them in, and it like, I tried to put them in for a. We filmed this video where I was like a evil villain, and I was gonna have like silver eyes or something, and I couldn't put them in. I was like, this is impossible.
You're like,
I was like, how do you fucking do this? I don't want to touch my eye.
Yeah, that shit's
It
weird.
gives me a headache.
I couldn't do it either, bro. I would leave them in for like weeks.
No, it's cool though. You're wearing like Mace glasses. Like this is like
type shit. You feel me? The worst is these glasses on your bed, like when you're bumming it. It's like, what do you got those fancy fucking? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You fucking bum.
Well, actually,
get your life together.
A nice pair of glasses is like a nice pair of shoes. Like you could be completely looking like a garbage man, and then have a nice pair of glasses, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the look." He's like going for
he's going garbage chic.
He's going for garbage chic.
Yeah, garbage
exactly.
chic.
And then you have nice glasses.
Glasses are expensive, bro. I mean, there's cheap ones, but like I think the lenses are what's expensive. Like I wanted my shit's kitted out. I'm like,
yours are just the lenses.
I need the fucking the shit to change colors, polarize or whatever that shit is.
Is that what that does?
Transition lenses.
Transition?
Yeah, progressive. They progressive too.
Because they're trans?
Yeah. Basically. Come on, you didn't know that?
How do you... So, like, those glasses, they're all glass.
Yeah.
So how do you replace them if you need to replace them? Like, you just take all those pieces out and you have to rebuild it like a gun?
It's just like 1, 2, 3 pieces.
Okay, well, if you say it like that, I sound like an asshole.
What, 1, 2,
you go, they're just 1, 2, 3 pieces.
3 pieces, 4 screws.
Holy shit. Do you have a gun?
Nah.
You don't know
You know what's crazy? So it's funny. I used to be a gun guy back in my
What does that mean?
days.
How many guns did you
Like
have?
I've had guns. I had
what kind of guns?
In my lifetime, I probably had like about 4 or 5 guns in my lifetime.
What kind of guns?
My first gun ever was a 22, like a small revolver, but I wanted a 25 because I saw the little semi-automatic 25 and it was cool and it was small.
Yeah.
And the fucking guy gave me a 22 and I was like, all right.
You're like, what's this gonna do?
And it stunk. It looked
this
like
little
it was tiny and it just looked
like a
whack.
lighter.
It was weird. I got rid of that. And then
What'd you do with it? You threw it in a lake?
Can't really tell you. And then after that, I got then I started getting more guns. Then I got a shotgun.
Oh my god.
And I just kept
Scary.
that. I kept that in the crib. And then I got a 38.
What happened to that gun? What happened to all these guns?
So the shotgun, I had that in Florida, and then I got locked up, and then the police went to my crib.
And they took all your guns
took
and shit?
that one. And then once I got locked up with 2 guns, and did I get them back?
Did you
No, I
did you
didn't
get
get 'em
arrested
back.
in Florida or New York?
No, both.
Both.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So I got arrested a bunch in Florida, just like
Just chilling.
doing dumb shit. But like
where,
just
where
like
in Florida were you?
in Miami.
Oh yeah.
But just doing like shit, like stupid shit, like driving around, loaded guns, weed. Like I never got arrested for like doing anything like, oh, we caught you in the act of doing some like wild shit. It was just like being careless, being young.
You got pulled over and they're like, it
Pulled
smells like
over.
weed, and then they check it and they go, and now we found a gun. And
Right. It's like,
God
why do you got
damn.
2 guns? What do you got? Why do you
Yeah.
got all this weed on you? Like, what are you doing? And then they're like, oh,
you
we
go,
got-
sir, this is America. I'm
And this, you
allowed
gotta
to have
think-
2 guns.
But so I didn't know that like you can have a gun or you can have as many guns as you want, but like once you have drugs on you, it kind of
Yeah.
like it
They're
cancels.
actually like, we actually don't care about the guns because again, this is Florida.
yeah.
But why the drugs?
And then you know what
are
they
you
charged
trying
me
to,
for?
You're trying to ruin your life.
Bro, they charged me for intent to sell just because it was a gun with drugs.
Yeah,
And I
okay,
think
yeah.
they had like a couple baggies in there. and I
How
was
many
like,
times
what?
have you been arrested? Like, how many times have you been? Did you do a bid?
I don't know. A bid? I never did a long bid. No, I've never. Like the longest I ever did, I was probably like a kid. I did like a week or so, or 2 weeks. I never did a long
Well, that's
bid.
not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. As a kid, it felt like forever.
Yeah,
And
plus,
also
but
I
as
was-
a kid too, you're kind of like, is there a moment where you're like, this is cool. Like I'm
No.
like cool. I'm making friends.
Hell no, I was scared, bro.
You
I
were
was
scared?
like, I was 14, 15. I was like 15.
And they were like, "What's up, young blood?"
Bro, I never. You gotta think before you go to jail. Like I would always think, like, damn, you get raped in jail.
Yeah.
Like they,
You start doing the rap from what's that fucking rap with Kid and Play where he's like, "Don't touch my butt."
What he said, he was like, oh, I know what you're talking about. He was like something about the sign on my butt says "Do not enter." Yo, I remember that shit had me dead when I was a kid. I
He made
was
a
like,
whole
that's
song about getting raped in the
the
ass.
sign on my butt on my booty says "Do not enter."
So yeah, okay. So that's what you're thinking. You're 14.
Yeah, I was scared.
You're
And
doing
then-
your
all right.
first shit.
So I was at Job Corps at the time, right? I was maybe like 15. My mom kicked me out. I was like a wild kid. Or I would say I was wild. She just she couldn't handle me. It was just her.
Right, you're
So
partying,
yeah.
drinking.
Just being a fucking kid, like not coming home late. I was
Yeah.
like 14, coming home 12 at night, like
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
Bronx.
It's
She's like,
scary,
my
yeah.
mom's like, that was in the era of like, do you know where your kids are? You remember
Right.
that 10 p.m.
And there are gangs around and shit. Did you hang out
Back
with those
then, it wasn't
guys?
even gangs. It was just like neighborhoods, like hoods. It'd be like, yo, this hood, that hood, that
Are
hood.
we talking about the 90s or are we talking
90s.
about early aughts?
90s.
Okay. And there were no gangs
late
in the
90s.
90s?
I mean, not where I was. It came in more like in the late 90s, early aughts in
Right.
New York City, like the
Right.
Bloods and the Crips and all that.
Yeah.
And maybe they were around, but not really around where I was. But,
Yeah. This is my character of a guy who's a gang member, but his street is named something silly. And he goes, yeah, what up, cuz? I'm on the Lollipop Lane Crips, dog. I represent the Lollipop Lane Crips, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I'm on Pine Cone Lane, and
Yeah.
Evergreen
Yeah, dog. This
Boulevard.
This is Evergreen Avenue Crips.
Mac Baller, Evergreen Bloods.
The Melanie Lane Bloods.
Now I was always scared to join the gang, bro,
Why?
because of the initiation. I never wanted to get beat up or to be down. I never wanted to be down
For
with
what,
something.
like 2 minutes they beat you up?
I don't even know, but I know they'd be like, yo, you got to get jumped in. And I'm like, I don't want to get jumped on purpose. If I'm going to
Yeah.
get jumped, let it be
You
like,
go, but can you fight back?
no.
You have to just take
You got
it?
to take that.
Can you like curl up?
Probably, but they fucking probably hit you harder.
Yeah, they're like,
Hit you with
stop
all your-
curling up, pussy.
Hit you with all the weak spots that are unexposed.
Yeah, they go,
Or that are
ooh, he
exposed.
got me on my side.
My rib.
You go, ow, my ribs. Yeah.
Come on, guys.
You go, oh, I never knew how much my shin would hurt.
Like I never, and then it never made sense to me. It's like, yo, that's like being like, yo, you want to be my friend? I gotta fuck you up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna respect you even more the harder I hit you. If you
Right.
don't,
Well, they want to see if you can take it.
I don't even want to be down with nothing that's a part of the thing.
Yeah, you go, how can we just
What am I
like
training
rent a
for?
movie at
Yeah.
Blockbuster? and hang out, and I can earn your trust slowly. Like,
can we just like
how friends work?
Can we throw water balloons at strangers?
Imagine getting like, there must have been a group of kids that were emulating gangs that just jumped in kids to like hang out. They're like, we're a gang and you have to get jumped in. You're like, okay. And they beat up some kid and cut to them playing N64. And they're like, so are we going to do any like gang stuff?
Yeah.
And they're like, we are a gang. This is gang stuff. By definition, this is gang stuff because we are a gang. So,
Mario Party?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Mario Party gang.
Related?
Yeah. And I'm stealing your star, Marcus.
Mark?
I'm stealing your store.
Nah, gangs. Gang. You ever was in the gang?
What, are you kidding?
I don't know. You might have been in a gang. Yeah, never got.
Me and my friends called ourselves a gang.
A gang shit?
We called ourselves like the O'Reilly gang or some shit like that. Because there were a bunch of Irish kids, so and we had one Mexican.
O'Reilly boys.
Yeah, and we would,
was the
our
O'Reilly
thing,
boys.
we would walk around going like this. You know, O'Reilly gang.
Not the O'Reilly boys.
The O'Reilly boys. And it was an
Damn,
O and an R. You go, O'Reilly motherfuckers.
Them boys
like
are
that.
savage, man. I
Yeah.
heard about
you don't
them
fuck
boys.
with them. And we had one Mexican kid in there who
damn.
could never be made because he wasn't a full blood.
He's not an O'Reilly. He's an Ortiz. He's a friend of ours, but he's not you know, La Cosa,
yeah,
Nostra,
exactly.
whatever.
No, I was never in a gang.
Yeah, gangs is cool, man. I don't like gangs. Gangs are not cool.
No, gangs are not cool. But so you're a young kid. Your mom's scared.
Oh, she kicks me out. I go to Job Corps.
What's Job Corps?
It's like a vocational school for troubled youth around America. I don't know if they still have that, but it's been around for a minute.
Nice. So
like,
what did you do there?
Plumbing. I was gonna be a plumber, yo.
Oh, cool.
But I got kicked out. I got arrested, so my plumbing dreams never came to fruition.
Damn. Well, if you want to take a look, my fucking faucet's leaky.
I never really. So I said plumbing, but they had me. So I had to go to Kentucky, bro. Imagine I'm from the Bronx. I'm in fucking Kentucky. I'm in the middle of Kentucky.
At the
woods.
KFC Yum Arena or whatever the fuck.
Nah, I'm like in the. I wish I was in the woods, and they like, yo, you gonna plumb? You plumbing? So they teaching me how to plumb, and I remember one of the first exercises. I was like, nah. They made me go into like some part of the woods. I was like, yo, you gotta build a fucking ditch. You gotta dig a ditch. Like the specifications was like 6 by like 2.
Yeah.
And it had to be perfect. And I'm like, bro, I'm from the Bronx. I don't know how to do none of this stuff, bro.
Yeah. They're like, you've never dug a ditch.
No, I never did.
And you're
that
from
stuff.
the Bronx.
Oh, a matter of fact, so I got kicked out of that one. And then my mom was like, no, he didn't, because I had a box cutter on me.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, whatever. So my mom got me into another one after I got kicked out. And then I went up there with some weed, and then somebody snitched on me, and that was the first time I got arrested. And
what?
I didn't
snitched on you?
I didn't call my mom though when I got arrested because my mom was always like, yo, if you ever get in trouble, don't call me.
Why?
I didn't know because she was so.
Was that like a kind of like tough love kind of shit? She was
Yeah.
like, if you ever get in trouble, you can't call me.
And I thought she was being serious.
I'm not going to help you.
Yo, the fucking the place, Job Corps, they called her maybe like a week later. I don't know why it took them so long, but like a week later. So I was sitting in jail for like a week, and then eventually they called her, and then my mom came up to get me, and she was like, "Why the hell didn't you call?" I was like, "You told me not to call," and she was like, "That was to scare you, you dummy." Yeah.
So you did a week.
That was my first time ever.
And you're just like
I was a kid, bro. I remember it was
14 years old?
like 15 maybe.
15 years old. So at this point, you have 2 mugshots. Because they took you in when you were 14, right?
No, that was the first time I ever. got
okay. So you got
arrested.
one mugshot.
Yeah, one mugshot.
Now, did you smile or anything?
Nah.
When they're taking your mugshot.
I don't even know. I want to see that mugshot. I can't even remember what that shit may even look like, bro. It was so long ago. I
and
had braids and shit.
What is it like 15 years old in, like, are you...
Worcester. I was in Worcester, Massachusetts.
This is just a jail, though, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
isn't like a... Okay.
No, it's
And, like, is there there's just, like, a living center? Like, you can come out of your...
it was a dorm.
It was a dorm.
It was like a dorm, like a gymnasium with just mad bunks
Oh, interesting.
at that place. Because it was like holding type
How
shit.
were the guys in there? Were nice guys?
I feel like they
mean
felt
guys?
bad for me, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I was mad scared. And, yo, also, this was the craziest shit. Like, so intake is, you know, when everybody comes into jail, whatever. And mind you, they put me with the grown-ass men, so it's not like juveniles.
Right. You're walking in with a mattress?
Bro,
Did they give you a mattress, or
Hold
did you just
on.
walk
It
to
gets, before we even get there, bro,
Okay.
We got to do the lineup, and they hose everybody down like fucking dogs.
Jesus
Make sure you're clean.
Christ. How
And then-
was
but
the
hold
water
on.
cold?
Everybody's butt-ass naked in a single file line, bro. That shit fucked my head.
Are
Imagine
you,
being
are
a
you
little
covering
kid.
your fucking cock and shit? Or are you
Everybody,
just like,
your
you're just
hands on the
out?
side. Everybody hands on the side.
Oh, you go,
So
everybody
I'm-
hands on the side?
Yeah, little cock. And then my cock wasn't
That's
even
pretty
grown
gay
yet.
of them, to be honest.
Bro, so then everybody got to standing next to a bunch of men, standing next to each other in a single line, got to squat down, cough, fucking hose down.
Oh, my God.
And then it's like, and then you go to wherever they're going to send you, the dorm or whatever. And I feel like people felt bad because I was like the smallest kid, youngest kid, a bunch of grizzled fucking old men.
Yeah.
And they're just like looking at me like, look at this fucking little kid. Like,
They're like,
is he
what are
doing
you here for?
Yeah, why are you here?
And what'd you say? Just weed?
Nobody really spoke to her. I was just like quiet, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't eat. I just stayed on my bunk. And then it was like, at the time, there was like NFL playoffs going on. And I remember
They
like,
have a TV?
yeah, somebody being like, yo, come here, come through, like, come over here, watch the game. Like, it was like mad people watching the game, and I was just by myself on the bunk, like, I ain't fucking with this shit, because I thought I was waiting to get the R word happen to me.
Oh, really?
I was scared, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're in like an open area, though, right? Like,
I don't know how this shit works. I've never been in jail. And the craziest part is like being from the Bronx, growing up in the hood, and never going to jail. And then it's always, every time I've never been locked up. I got arrested in New York, but it was from some shit I did like in Miami and New York.
Right.
So it wasn't like, I've never been arrested actually in New York. Like, I've always been arrested once I left because I thought shit was sweet everywhere else.
Right. So you're 15, you're in there, you're just chilling, you're afraid you're going to get kid and played, as we'll say.
Uh-huh.
And did you get into any fights? Were they like, hey, man, stop being so fucking lame, bro? Like,
yo, I'm telling you, I was
be social, dude.
Bro, I didn't even have facial hair. I felt like they felt bad for me, bro. I was like a little kid, like a little.
Nobody's fighting you, whatever.
I probably looked like I was 11 years old in jail, bro.
Did your mom pick you up?
Yeah.
So she flew to Kentucky.
No, so I went to two of them. I got kicked out the first one in Kentucky. And then when I came back to New York, my mom got me into one in Massachusetts, in Worcester.
Oh, so you got arrested in Worcester. So she just drove up 5 hours.
Her and her friend, Jackie.
Her and her friend.
I felt, what's crazy? So my mom's got dementia now, but I always felt bad that I put a strain on my mom.
Yeah.
Like when she got sick, I just like all the times that I made her like look like be embarrassed type shit. Like I put my mom through hell, dog.
Yeah, but you're
mad times.
You're still there for her and shit like that, right?
Yeah, but she can't remember.
I'm sorry that's happening to you.
Nah, but you ever put your mom through shit? Like, did you ever embarrass your mom? Like, your mom got to go to school or like
I
trouble?
yes, all the time. I got suspended for 6 weeks from school for bringing a knife, and like that was a whole fucking thing. Like I was always getting
your loyalty
suspended.
to the O'Reilly boys.
It was initiation. No, I just was really into hip hop.
How'd you get found out? Show it to me. Check out this dagger.
I'm in science, right? And there was this kid. I said this on the podcast before already, so forgive me for repeating this. But like, there was this kid Ryan Glassberg, and we would always joke around. One of my things that I would say, like, we were always busting each other's balls. I was like the dynamic, and I would always say to him like, "Man, I'll cut you." Like that was kind of like my little catchphrase. I was like, I'll cut you, whatever. It was funny at the time. Mm-hmm. And then he said to me, you're always saying that to me, but I've never seen a knife. And at that time, I was carrying a knife. So I was like, it was like my first big joke. It was my first risky joke.
That was the worst joke of all time, Brandon. I can tell you right now, that was the worst joke ever.
I took it out and I put it on the table like that really quickly. And then I took it away. And the teacher was like, what was that? And I was like, fuck. And I was like, nothing. And she was like, oh. And then she takes me out of the class. And she goes, look, I know you got a knife. Just give it to me. I won't rat you out. I won't do anything.
She caught you with that move?
Yeah. She goes, I won't rat you out or anything. Just, I'll give it back to you at the end of the school and you can.
He fell for that old trick. With a knife, dog? That's not a fucking Rambo toy.
Yeah, I know.
G.I. Joe.
I know. And I was like, okay. So I gave it to her. I'm literally in class the next day. Not the next day, the next class. And literally the speaker by the door goes like, bing bong. Can Brendan Sagalow please come down to the office? And I'm like, well, surely.
Fucking rat.
Surely this has nothing to do.
Damn.
Because she didn't rat me out.
Oh, yo.
But she did.
How old are you?
I was in 10th grade, so whatever that is, 15.
15-year-old Brandon. Where'd you go to school?
Syosset High School.
Where's that?
Syosset, New York,
Oh,
Long
yeah.
Island.
My Syosset boys.
Yeah. It's a very, very
crazy
well-to-do area.
Son,
So
my
they were like,
Syosset
what
boys,
the fuck?
My Syosset boys.
My Syosset O'Reilly gangs.
Wow, boys.
We part of the Syosset O'Reilly Crips.
Sayay. Sayay.
Yeah, well, I've never been to jail or anything like that, but like that kind of stuff, like they.
Don't go, bro.
Well, my dad said to me recently, he was like, "We were worried about you for a minute there, kiddo." He was like, we didn't know what was going on because I also got in trouble with like I was setting me and my friends were all hanging out at a school, like an elementary school, and we were in like junior year of high school, and we set a garbage can on fire and just was like. We were just hanging around a garbage can that was on fire. We were like throwing shit in there and just letting it burn. And then a cop just like drove up on the grass, and all my friends ran, and I'm running with them, and they're all jumping this fence. And I was too chubby, and I couldn't fucking do it. I'm like, squee, squee. I'm like the pig that can't get out. And so I was like, plan B. And I just dove into some bushes.
Nice.
And they're literally like, they got their flashlights. They're like, it's right on me. I'm like blinded by it. I'm like,
Oh my God.
you. They're like, you out. And I'm like, and then my parents just like they kind of took it easy on me with that one. They made me just fill out a notebook that said I'll never light things on fire again.
Oh, that's crazy.
Filled out a marble notebook like Bart Simpson.
Damn, your parents didn't beat the shit out of you?
My mom hit me once.
Once? Damn,
One time.
You're a good kid, man.
Well, they didn't.
What did you do that she hit you?
I had the words like "fuck Jesus" written on my hand.
Shit.
And she was like pretending, she was like fronting that she was like a hardcore Catholic. So she just fucking slapped me. And I was really heavy into 8 Mile at the time too. So I was like, I had just watched 8 Mile.
Oh, so now
I
you're
was
like, I guess me and Marshall both have bad moms.
Yeah. Literally, I'm like writing raps about killing my wife and my mom. And I'm like, being like, I was like, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, I was like, I really put it on for that shit. And then she was like,
What'd you hit me?
yeah, I was like, fuck you, bitch. Like I was saying shit, I like call my mom a bitch and shit. And then she was like,
Did she apologize to you?
no.
Hey, Brandon, I'm so sorry for slapping
She
the
was
shit
really
out of you.
upset. She was very upset with me. I had at the time, my desktop had a picture of Tupac and Biggie like hanging out. And she was like, if you weren't listening to these motherfuckers, you wouldn't be talking like that. Da, 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 da. And I
Got
was
a
just
point.
like,
She got a point.
oh, she's got a point. I used to really walk around, and I was heavy listening to Eminem, obviously. So I used to walk around and be like, man, it's just music. It ain't got nothing to do with the way it influences me. The irony of me walking around being like, yo, dog, this music ain't influencing me, man. Yeah, and you go, okay, it's 100% influencing you.
I sit alone in my room.
Yeah, I'm like writing like, and then my mom, I'll kill my mom and I'll kill my wife. It's my life. And then I'm like, music ain't me. I'm wearing a do-rag being like, music ain't influencing me, dog.
Yeah.
And my mom's
I'm
like,
just getting my waves right.
how come last year you weren't talking? Like 2 months ago, I was like, Mom, are we having Subway today? And then 2 months later, I'm like, music ain't influencing me, you pork-ass bitch.
He like, yo, it's called the spiritual awakening, Mom.
Yeah, dog, this is how I've always been. My mom used to threaten to drop me off in the hood all the time. She would be like, do you want to see what the hood's really about? I'll drop you off. I know. Yeah. She's like, I have a friend that lives there. And I would always be like, then why aren't you helping her? So she would always threaten to drop me off in the hood. And I was just like, because we're from like Syosset, which is like, we were like middle classy, but like there's some, the parking lot of school had like BMWs and shit. So it's like, was not about that life at all. And I'm going like, music ain't influencing me, you fucking, and I'm saying,
because that's who you are deep down.
That's who I am, man.
Killer.
Yeah.
Killer from Syosset.
I actually saw my dad recently, and I was wearing this chain, and I took it off, and I showed it to him, and he went, Sagdaddy. I was like, oh, you don't know? People call me. I was like, you have no idea. That's his name. He's like who's Sagdaddy?
Like, if anything, you're
I'm taking his last name and ruining
you're
it.
Sag's son.
Yeah, he
You're
goes,
not Sag-
I'm Sagdaddy.
Yeah, I'm Sagdaddy.
You're Sag son.
Yo, bro, real quick, have you seen any of the fucking, it's Halloween and shit coming out? Did you see a Monster Ed Gein story?
No, not yet. I see it on Netflix, though, and I'm like, maybe I'll watch that. You like it?
It was good, man.
You like it?
It was good.
Some people are shitting on it. They're saying it's like,
I mean, there
bad.
were points I didn't like. Honestly, there were points where it's like, all right, you're dragging it now.
yeah.
But it was, I don't know. I didn't know the story. I didn't know how much that he influenced like other like movies and just other killers.
Yeah,
It's
like
just crazy.
Psycho and... Oh, yeah, he's like the most famous
Texas Chainsaw
serial
Massacre.
killer. Yeah, because he's like... I don't think he was the first one. Like, Jack the Ripper was before him.
Nah, but he didn't do it like my man's did it. My son was...
He was cutting off...
He was repurposing skin, bro. He was like, we ain't got to throw that in the garbage.
Was his
Just make-
wallet? Did he make a wallet out of it? He was also sewing, which is like...
Bro, he had a belt. It's crafty is what I'm saying.
belt?
Like, that's crafty.
Did he go out wearing a belt of human skin?
Bro, you ready for this? It was a belt made out of nipples.
Oh, my God.
You know how many, like a body only has 2 nipples. So you got to think, he's probably looked like maybe like a 36.
Holy fuck.
And then you got to think, because then they had a picture of the nipples and they were all like symmetrically, perfectly.
Is it gross? This is gross. This sounds like the show would be gross.
Nah, it's chill, man.
I liked Dahmer.
It's creepy as hell. It's the same guy.
I
from
watched.
Dahmer.
Yeah, I watched Dahmer. Dahmer was cool.
Honestly, I think Dahmer was cooler than this one.
Yeah.
But it was whatever. Oh, and then earlier I was watching the daughter of the BTK killer.
Oh yeah, that documentary.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy too.
Maybe I'll watch that. Dude, you're getting into serial killers, huh?
Nah, it's just because it's like Netflix is running out of style. I don't want to watch a lot of stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, let me see that.
We started watching the Charlie Sheen documentary last night. And we were like, this is boring. We want to get to the part where he's like, I was doing crack, winning.
No, that was the best part.
We were like watching the first part where he's like, yeah, me and George Clooney grew up. Sean Penn was there, and we're like, just get to the AIDS.
And he's
Get
like, yo,
to you getting AIDS.
he's like, and then I got AIDS.
and we're like, oh, there it is, winning.
Yo, that
You know when
dude
that
was
winning
crazy.
shit came out? My uncle Mike, I remember being at a Christmas party, and he was really dead set on getting a tattoo that said winning on it. And thank fucking God he didn't. Because, like, years later, you're like, what was that? That's like getting something that's getting, like, a Labubu tatted on you. And you're like, well, what? You know, in a couple of years. it's gonna be nothing.
Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember I made a T-shirt with Charlie Sheen's face on it at the time because I was living in Miami and the Heat had just won. And I made a T-shirt with the, like, Heat cartoon characters, and Charlie Sheen like was on the back of the championship float bus,
Yeah.
and it just said "winning" on the top.
That rules.
Yeah.
That rules. So, but when you
Winning, yeah,
you started doing comedy and then you got arrested, right? Like for some other shit.
yeah.
So
Like,
you never even really tried to like get a job or anything, right? Like, would that have come up? Would they
I
have
had
been
a
like,
job before, like
But-
once.
did that ever come up that you like were arrested a few times before that?
What? Where?
Like when you were 15 and
Oh, nah. Every job I ever got was a hookup.
yeah,
It was always like, nah, it's my boy. He good.
yeah, they go. You don't even really need to know.
So
his
you know
name.
that's kind of what got me into comedy because I got fired from a job that I got hooked up with.
What was the job?
It was at a sneaker store, which was like a cushy fucking
That's a
job. My
cushy
boy was
job.
running the
you get,
shit.
You get some of the shoes on
Discounts,
discounts,
early. And I remember that was like my last job, and then I got fired from that shit for being just not listening. And then I remember that was the first time it hit me like, oh shit, I got no life skills. I'm like 30 years old, like fuck, I never had a regular job. Like, I
You
don't
started
even know how to
comedy
do
at
a
30 years old?
application. Yeah,
What?
30, bro.
That means I was hanging out with you when you were 30 years old and I was 20.
And Frank was 50.
Frank Terranova was
Frank
50.
was 50, and Alan Shane was 82.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, I don't know if he was 82. No, but yeah, bro. I started at 30, bro, and it was just like a weird, like, it was like I never wanted a real job. I think a lot of comics,
Of course.
a lot of us never, it's like we're like class clowns, kind of delinquent, and it's like, even hearing about your childhood, it's like, yo, we kind of have similar paths, different locations, but it's the same mentality of like just trying to
Can't hold a job.
you're trying to fit in somewhere, but it doesn't feel like there's anywhere for you to fit in. The only place to fit in is like where other people are being delinquent, which is usually like, your homies that are just like,
Yeah.
not much dreams going on. Not sitting around dreaming about shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And but that's also like, that was always a dead end because you'd be hanging out and you'd be like, I don't see a future for any of us.
Well, yeah.
Although I was 19, so I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I'm like looking at all my friends being like, these guys aren't going anywhere. Look at, but they're the ones that are like, have like great lives now and stuff, families and all that shit.
See, it's the reverse for me.
That's hilarious, dude.
I'm like, yo, I remember when I first moved back to New York. Like, I didn't even move back yet. I was visiting my mom. I visited for like a month. And I remember seeing one of the homies in like the hood I used to chill in. I was on my way to my mom's crib. And this has been like maybe like 12 years since I seen bro. And I was like, 20s, early 20s, late teens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what's good? And this is late night comedy grind, going home late night, maybe like 12, 1 in the morning. I see him outside on Gun Hill Road, and I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? Oh, shit, what's good? And I'm like, yo, he's like, yo, what you? I'm like, yo, I'm doing this comedy shit now, man. I'm trying to do comedy. He's like, oh, word, that's crazy. I'm like, what's up with you? He was like, same shit, And that shit was like, yo, dog, the same shit,
God
bro. Like,
damn, bro.
13 seasons, you still fucking
Same shit.
nickel and diamond and just like.
Goes, by the way, can I borrow like $20?
Bro, it was crazy. So it's like, but yeah, I think, I don't know.
Yeah, it's what everybody's got their. I don't even know why I was like thinking that when I was that young. I was just like, we were all just like kids partying. And I was like, I got anxiety. And I was like, we got to do something with our lives.
I felt like nobody was going to be shit. I felt like nobody was doing or the people that were doing like my sister, she went to college and shit, and then she came back, and it was like seeing like, oh, you just owe a bunch of money, but like nothing really changes.
Yeah.
And it's not like that everywhere, but like just what I saw. So for me, I was like, well, I'm gonna go over there and owe money if I could just stay right here.
Yeah, and owe money.
And owe no money.
Yeah, owe no money.
But then fast forward, when I got arrested the last time, I would think about like man, so I have to pay restitution, which is like $560,000. So then I think like, man, I used to make fun of all these people for going to school and having to fucking pay like $80,000.
Oh my God, dude.
$50,000
Are you still paying that?
I ain't even start. Yeah, I'm still, when I can, shout out to the government, man.
Damn, dude, you got to do that. You're still paying that shit out? That sucks.
Yeah, but I'm about to get this, like, probably get a deal with Netflix, HBO Max. They saying Hulu-larious. I might just be Hulu-larious enough, some say. If I'm Hulu,
because you got a cool show that you're doing, right? Like
I got nothing.
No, aren't you doing that? You're doing that.
I got nothing.
No, you got that crime to comedy show.
I got Before Comedy After Crime. I'm still developing it. Still in the early stages or whatever. But I'm faithful in that show. It's not that faithful. I'm just passionate about that shit because it's like, you get a chance to tell. Like it's like, say you're taking your life, and it may seem like whatever to you. Like most people, our lives are like, all right, it's just our lives.
Yeah.
But then when you actually like put it under a microscope and you kind of like put it together and you like, all right, what could be the running theme?
There's some shit here.
Or like, what did you learn as an adult looking back? And then it's almost funny. Like, I'm like, dude, I was the worst thief. I was destined.
Is that what you were? You were a thief?
Bro, I was destined to just go down for being a bad thief. The first thing I ever did, I've done a lot of things, but the shit I got arrested for last time was like, basically defrauding this company, but it was like through mail fraud because I was defrauding a company using.
How do you do that?
I was ordering parts from a company.
Yeah.
Through the U.S. mail. Mm-hmm. So like fake people and whatever.
Right.
So I did that shit for years. So then after when they did arrest me, it was like what is it? Conspiracy.
Right. How did they catch you?
Mail fraud. Fucking paper trail.
Damn, they just caught it all back to the same UPS or some shit?
No, it was from my banking shit.
Oh, shit.
From paper trail from my bank. Because I would like, I would get checks out made to a fake person. Mm. And I don't know why I thought if I just deposited them into a real account.
Hilarious.
But I did have an alibi.
That is Hulu-larious.
My alibi was always like, yo, I just met this guy, and he was like, yo, you want to make some money, and I didn't think it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then eventually when the feds came, they were like, I couldn't really use that. First of all, I was like, yo, I speak to my lawyer. I didn't say anything. But then they were like, yeah, we got all this evidence. Like, oh, shit, I can't even tell
Really?
them. Yeah.
But what did your lawyer say? Like, were you still able to like?
They were like, you could fight it, but they have like a bunch of evidence and like the chances.
Yeah, you would get more, right?
It was like, and like, this is what you're facing. So
What were you facing?
If I tried to take it to trial, I was facing like 20 years.
Oh my God.
But if I pled guilty, I was facing like, I think like 2 to 5 years.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll plead guilty. I can't. I'm not saying I could do the 2 to 5. It's nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's not 20 fucking years.
It's not 20. You're not a different fucking person.
Yeah, 20 years.
You would have gotten out at what, 50?
Yeah.
Holy fuck,
I'd have
dude.
still been in jail, dog. That's crazy.
Whoa, you'd still be in jail
I just got a
right
probation in 2019, right before the pandemic.
now. Whoa, let's steal some rims or something.
Bro, come on, man. It's
But,
positivity now, man. I'm here to change lives.
I'm positive I want to steal some shit. No, that's crazy, dude. So how much time did you do?
I didn't do shit. So
Yeah.
my mom and my sister put up their houses to get me out, and then I just went to trial, and then I went to sentencing. And then they were like, yo, 560,000, 250 community service hours and like whatever. What helped me was it was my second felony, but like my first like big time thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a violent crime. Like, and I think it also fascinated the judge or the people
He
that
was like, you're actually a smart guy.
Yeah, I think they were like,
He fucking Frank Abagnale Jr.'d you.
Bro, that was like when
you could go to jail, or you can work in the police department helping cops with other.
Bro, that
things.
shit was crazy because it was like I think even like through my whole time in going through the system, probation officers, judge, all this shit.
Yeah.
I feel like they all looked at what I was charged for, like looking at and they would look at me, and they'd be like, "From the Bronx," and they look, and they would almost, and they go,
"Yeah, you're like Goodwill Hunting."
But then what saved me? So this is part of the show too. Was like what saved me was like. People always reacted to me different when I said I'm trying to be a comedian or I'm doing comedy.
Yeah.
Like I'm around like hundreds of goons.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't make it because I had to drop off my baby mom's,
Right.
you know, and then I had to do this, and then excuses for like why they didn't make it somewhere, do something, or like, and I'd be coming in like, yeah, I was just interning at the club last night. That was the other part. Nobody knew, like in comedy, nobody knew that I was like facing fucking time. So I would
when
just show
knew
up.
You,
yeah, I would show up every day like it was all good.
You were in the middle of facing. You could have been facing some real time.
Yeah. Petey's World open mic, all that shit.
Wow. What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. No wonder you stopped me from beating the shit out of Conrad
Nah, it ain't
Roth.
worth it. It ain't worth it.
Yeah, you go,
but also,
not at my thing, please.
You
Please
know
not in my mic.
Bro, you know what's so weird? I think that was like the best thing that happened to me at the time. Because like starting to do comedy, like, you know how it is in comedy, just like, I feel like, at least for me, there's like a lot of ways you could slip up along your way to just try to do something. So I think being under government supervision always kept me at bay. I never did anything crazy for fucking 8 years, bro, straight, because I didn't want anything. If I did anything, they would have threw me in jail.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was like, I just loved comedy. I didn't want to fucking. That's the whole story. It's like, damn, I've been fucking up my whole life. At 30, I find the thing.
Yeah.
And then my past catches me. And then I'm like, fuck this thing.
So I think you and I are on the same page where he's like, thank you, U.S. government.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man.
Shout out to the U.S. government and all that you've done for us.
For real. For real. Shout out to y'all,
That's fucking insane, bro. I'm happy you're here, man.
I'm happy I'm here too, bro. That's why, and that's the thing. I remember, so I was at the Cellar like maybe about a month or two ago, and I walk in and Esty's sitting in the back and Keith and a couple people. and I was just going in to get some iced coffee, and then I sat down, and she was like, Petey. She was like, Petey, you're always smiling. And I was like, you didn't see me before I walked in here. But like, it's this thing in my mind, but also too,
hilarious. Right before you walk in, you're like,
no, but it's weird because I'll have a fucking shitty day, and then I'll go. Like, it doesn't have to be, so it could be anywhere I'm doing comedy. And it's like, damn, I'm really free and I get to do this shit. So I can't ever really be too upset. I'm never really bitching. Like, and that's like almost like, I hate that. Like, respectfully, everybody's life isn't golden, but like the things people complain about sometimes, I'm like, bro, you don't even fucking know, dog. Like,
yeah, dude.
I'm fucking happy. Like, what are you smart? I could be broke as shit, and I'm like, I'm free.
Yeah. You
Like,
could have been
yo.
like in prison. You could have been in the system, dude.
They don't got cellar wings behind the cells.
Yeah, they don't have their.
From the cell to the cellar. Oh, that's the part two. That's the second part.
Did you just come up with that?
That's the second part. Come on.
That's great. That's the name of the fucking. That's the name of the
From
episode.
the cell to the cellar, produced by Sagdaddy.
You're the best, man. You got anything
on,
to plug
man.
before we end here?
Yo, man, I got nothing to plug. Yo, just
You gotta
follow
come
me
back
on the
on
gram,
again.
Follow me. So yeah, when I got
I feel
something,
like there's just so much shit that
when
we
I
could
got
still talk
something,
about.
And yo, I appreciate you, man. You know, you one of the guys that I like. You know, I just known from since I started. That's like, it's always good to see people like fucking still going and still not only going but like evolving. Like it's nothing like. So even like just to bring up the Cellar real quick. So I'd like just gotten the Cellar last summer, but just really started working it this summer, and like so you know once you get in there, sometimes you don't see your friends anymore. Like the comics, like. Because it's like, why am I going to go to the bullshit show if I can go over here and I'm like, you know
have
what I mean?
a really good show.
And have a good show, treat whatever. So then like getting in and seeing my friends, like I didn't see you do comedy. I didn't see a bunch of people, Peter Ravello. I didn't see people do comedy, Caitlin Palufo, like in the club setting.
Yeah.
So then like I hadn't seen you in mad long. And then I'm watching, I'm like, oh shit, this dude is killing. Like it's so good to see like, yo, I know this guy from like fucking doing the same intern bullshit as me paying dues. And then seeing him never quit, and then seeing him like closing out shows, killing, and it's like, bro, like that shit is the best, and it's like inspiring, like hell yeah, like that's, that's what
dude.
the gang
Well, I
do.
appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it is awesome to see all of us like in the Cellar, like trying.
Yeah,
because we all came from like. I don't know, like doing these shitty little bar shows and stuff like that. It is very cool.
and then there's like, not to be real quick, I know we gotta wrap it, but like,
it's okay.
bro, sometimes I'll be there and I'll like watch Keith and like Rich Voss and like Jim Norton, Colin Quinn, those guys be there, and I'm like, man, I just hope I could live like 40, 50 more, like 40 more years.
I hope there's
like
more of that.
10, 15 years.
I hope there's more years
we're
of it
old
in you.
guys now. Like in 10, 20 years, we're old. We're them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the life, dude.
I hope I get like at least. I hope my stroke, the first one, don't take me out. I hope I still got some.
Yeah.
I hope I can still get jiggy.
My first stroke, they're gonna get a lot of use out of those handles that they've installed for Keith. Those handles by the stage that you need to. Yeah, dude.
Real.
Yeah, because it really is the. Like, if we could just do this for the rest of our lives, I'll be pretty happy with that.
Bro, it's insane. I feel like it's a rock. Bro, come on, man. You kidding me?
We get to tell jokes. We get to smoke weed. We get to have fun. We get to be silly. We have to deal with a lot of bullshit, but...
What bullshit? The bullshit is like... I don't even know what's the bullshit. Bro, it's crazy. Like, you get to say, hey, these are the days I'm available. You're a fucking piece of shit. You shouldn't have that.
I know.
You shouldn't have that fucking ability to be like,
to a
hey,
boss.
these are my days available. These
Yeah.
are when I'm not available.
Imagine
like,
saying
no.
to your boss, I can't do that weekend.
Yeah. That weekend, I'm
That week I'm not there.
I'm making more money that day, actually. Why are you here? Get out of here. It's like, that's an insult. Like, yo, yeah, man.
Will you stick around for the Patreon? 30 more minutes? Let's keep
Hold on.
talking.
What are we doing? What time is it?
Patreon.com/SagDaddyThePod. Check it out. Check Petey out on
Sagdaddy.
everything. And we love you over here at the podcast. We'll see you next time.
The rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice. So recognizable, ski master, unreliable, diary of a guy who's higher than a freaking diving board. I'm tired, call me biting you as lame cause you align with your wardrobe. Give that back, you ain't that guy, bro. Kaleidoscope stripping, goddamn I'm tripping. Sipping shroom tea, looking at a blank television. Got a girl here gripping, thinking we'll do some business, but that's the last thing that I want. Seriously. Big dog, I'm on shirts now. Still scared that my house is gonna burn down. I'm a rare card, an old Charizard. Getting BJ's on a bench of a promenade. Don't know what to do, I got a lot of problems. Lot of emotional truths, I menage them. I'm getting robbed every time I get a coffee. Cause $6 is just too much.
Keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. But all you do is wrong.
Dream team, me and Galene and the 4 Beatles. Kidnapping whores illegally, pumping them full of needles. Eating Chinese till Steven asks us to order a pizza. Walk to run to get it, I can't do either. It's Sagdaddy the pod, don't think twice. Just bob your head, dealing your chicken with no rice. It's Sagdaddy the pod, and on God I won't stop. Unless I wanna, that's kinda the deal, huh? It's Sagdaddy the pod, no need to deviate. Your ears are not the only holes that I'm about to penetrate. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so thanks for tuning in. Truman Show flow, if I don't see you, you can suck my dick.